Yep, y'all, I'm going to put my treatment, like my skincare on first. And then we're going to do Brecky's braid while my stuff sets in. What kind of braid are we going to do today?
Side braid.
Ooh, do you like a side
Yeah,
braid?
my dad likes it too. But you never know.
He likes a side braid?
Yeah.
He does. Does he like a side ponytail too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does not like two braids.
He doesn't like two? Are you sure? He might like two.
No.
On you, I bet he does.
Yeah, but he does not like two braids on him.
Boys don't wear braids.
Mom, why are you not doing it?
Well, because I'm going to put my skincare on first so it'll dry while I'm doing it. So then when I get done, I can do my makeup for the girls.
No, but you have to sit in the chair, but I'm sitting in it right now.
I know.
And then I make you.
So before my makeup, girls, okay, let me talk for 2 seconds and then I'll let you take back over. I do dark circle treatment on my eyes, the Silk, which is the pore minimizer, and like a makeup primer. Okay. Shh. And then eye illuminator, which is eye cream, so it helps with wrinkles in your eyes.
You see the eye cream?
You want to see it? And this has pearlizer in it, so I use this one in the morning, and then the one I use at night doesn't have the pearlizer, it just has the skincare. So you do want to warm up both your undersense and your lip sense, or and your mascara. They both have the wax in them. I did not realize that. I've had zero trouble putting mine on, warmed up or not, but prevention. Okay, the way I'm going to wear mustard. So we're going to do purple eye. So I'm going to do like a little darker eye today of something like that I would wear for Easter. A little fancier. I only use the products I showed you. So Silk eye cream or eye illuminator and dark circle. So I use this for my moisturizer. Before I didn't use any moisturizer, but now I'm obsessed with this. And I use the shade medium. Only comes in light, medium, or dark. I like to stipple it on with a flat kabuki brush. This is my favorite. You can use a beauty blender, but your coverage is really, really good when you use this. And you get lighter coverage with a beauty blender. And I feel like all the product soaks up. Plus, I get annoyed that when I use my beauty blender, which is what I used before, like, oh, I gotta go get it wet. It's just a process, which is crazy. I don't have time for that process. So I'm going to do half my face for fun to show you girls. And then we'll finish it. Because I did this yesterday with a friend. And the difference was insane. Like, she looked airbrushed on one side. I'm going to go ahead and do my whole chin. But we're not going to do my cheek. And I was like, holy cow, that stuff. This is my shoulder workout for the day. So, pat, pat, pat everywhere except for in your hairlines. You are going to blend a little. I did one side of hers with light, and then I accidentally used medium on the other side yesterday. I was so worried because she had just got her hair done. It was blonde, 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 and I could see the makeup in her hair a little, and then it all blended. I couldn't believe it blended. Okay. So, girls, because I'm going to conceal, which you can see, I don't have huge dark circles, but they're growing, which is why I started using something to get rid of them. I'm starting to get them. They're not super dark, but they're definitely there. So I'm not going to put foundation there because we are going to color correct them with candlelight, and then we're going to brighten them anyway. So I've got to play with this to get lighting I like. It's like, looks really good when I'm far, but I can't get that far from the camera. So this side is done. You can just see how smooth, and it takes away the red, like all these little red things I've got from pregnancy. I'm hoping they're just gonna go away. You can tell the difference. Like I look smooth here because it's all here. Okay, we're gonna finish it now. Just to show you the difference. This is not full coverage, so this is going to be your light coverage. Moisturizes light coverage. It does have skincare in it. all of our products do. They're all tinted. And then this one's really good about blending to your skin. It also has green concealer inside of it. So the color correcting has green concealer, so it's going to take out, well, you can see, it took out the redness. So that way, I used to start by like conceal all over. My face had little dots everywhere when I was getting started. You don't have to do that now. You just do that. And then if you have anything, I don't think I do. I always forget to get close to my eyebrows. If you had any blemishes that were standing out, then you would want to address those now, but I don't. And then you would want to use green concealer. And I have it, but I don't know where it's at. Okay, I'm taking pictures at the store today, so I'm going to turn it into full coverage. Normal day, this is how you're going to wear it. Full coverage, I am going to add my little mixture of anti-aging. This is porcelain. And this is, oh, I figured out how to say this last night, and now I already forgot. Crap. I was watching a video to learn how to say it, and now I forgot. Anyways, I've got two, a dark and a light. I like the anti-aging one, girls, versus the regular, because this has the complex in it that is going to keep the crap, literally, from the environment off your skin. So our regular Make Sense foundation has skincare in it. It has, they don't have chemicals, so I can't say it has sunscreen, but it has an equivalent to a 15 SPF, which this one also has. This one also has, what is it called? I always forget what, Cineshield. Okay. Yeah, so the Cineshield is what helps keep the environmental stuff off your face. So at night, we've been talking about this a lot too. You've got to wash your face no matter if you wore makeup or not. It's not about getting the makeup off. It's about getting the stuff from the environment that you're walking around in every day off. And this actually has a mechanical shield to help keep that off. So I say after the age of 30, you should totally be using the anti-aging one. Unless you're super oily, okay? If you are super oily, you do not want to start out with anti-aging. We'll get you there because the skincare will totally fix your oil problem. It fixed mine, which is funny. I don't use the oil stuff unless you have acne. I don't know if any of you have researched that. I had bad acne back in the day, and I was using, I was scrubbing the crap out of my face with this harsh, it's an apricot scrub. I remember it. I loved it, from Walmart. And then I found out that I was being so harsh on my skin, it was making my skin produce more oil. So what I thought was going to get rid of the oil was making more oil. So unless you have acne, you probably, most people's skincare, ours for sure, you don't want to use like the normal to oily. You want to just use normal to dry unless you have acne. If you have acne, definitely we're going to use the oily products on you. But if not, your skin needs oil or it's going to produce oil. So if you are putting really dry stuff on your face, it's going to produce more and more oil because it needs it. So unless you're super oily, I would use the anti-aging for your full coverage, okay? That was the point of that story. So we're just going to put this. There we go.
Mommy.
I'm bummed though because I love
Dory, Mom.
This is an extra large t-shirt. I put it on
Mommy,
last night and I said,
This is called Candlelight Shadow Sense, and it makes my dark circles go away.
Dark circles, but I like them.
You like my dark? Brooklyn likes my dark circles. Now I'm smooth. Dark circles are gone. I'm getting smarter. I can do that all in one. because you want to cover the purple veins in your eyes and covering the dark circles all at once. I have my contour down, y'all. So I use the Cafe A Lot foundation because it goes in real good. So we love it. And then the Onyx Black Shadow Sense, which is what I use for my eyeliner too. Mixing it in because you want it to be a shadow. So I'm going to mix these together because I want it to be like a gray shadow. Mix, 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 mix. So when you're doing, and I'm going to put this on my hand so you can see. When you're doing your contour, you really want it to be, see this? You want it to be the same color as a shadow. So it's not, like I use it kind of as a bronzer too, but you don't want to do just a brown, or it looks like you took mud and you stuck it on your cheek, and that is not what we're going for. We're going for everyday, normal makeup. That when people see you out, they think you look good. They're not like, dang, she looked good on Instagram, but she looked cray-cray in public. And let's be for real, that's what a lot of girls look like, and that's not what we're going for. Okay, so I'm going to take this flat brush. I like this brush. It's a Real Techniques that I got at TJ Maxx, just to set it where I want it, because again, we don't want it to blob. Okay, smile or do this. You can smile or go. Okay, see how it sets it right where I want it? I do not feel like I can blend well with that one, so I take my other Real Techniques.
Right. And you need him to say something that
What's it called?
you know it's him.
Contour brush. And blend. And when you guys are blending, go up. We don't want to drag this down because you want your jaw here, and you don't want to bring it too forward. But you want to go up because we are going to blend it a little bit with your blush in a second. Okay. Tell me you can't see a difference in that. It literally looks like I have a shadow, which makes my face look slimmer. But when I turn, I don't look muddy. Crazy, right? I finally got this figured out, y'all. I just had some randomly on the brush where I mixed it. I'm going to take that and put it on my brush because I'm going to do here. If you want...
Every time Mike calls
you... If you want your forehead to be smaller, you can take it down lower. I just want it to give like the bronze effect up here. And then I want to slim my nose a tiny bit. So I like this flat brush for that we've already used. And I'm going to put it on the tip of my nose where I want it to make my nose look a little slimmer. And then I'm going to blend it all over my nose because if you notice, when I do my white concealer, I always get a little crazy and it ends up on my nose. So this will get rid of that. Then I'm going to take what's left. Bronzy up here. Bronze, bronze, bronze. Whoopsies, too much. Blend it in. So that's a natural, nice contour that is noticeable, but people aren't like, oh, you contoured. They just think you look good. We're just going for looking good. It's Pink Posy, which is Shadow Sense, because it's sitting right here. So you just got to be careful. I'm going to put it on my thing so you guys can see it. Let me clean this.
This really is the thing.
Legitimate, yeah. And so then she's like,
I'm going to put a tiny bit. I probably put too much. This is a Real Techniques buffing brush. That's when you know when you're getting better. When you pull a brush and it actually says what you're supposed to do. These are so pigmented, y'all. I am going to tap and then like swish it around on me, on my arm. Because I want to be very, very careful. I want to start small. We can add more, but I do not want it to be crazy. What I like about, I like my Silver Rose powder that I use as blush most days, but this is going to stay on longer throughout the day. And then I do blend it in a tiny bit with my contour. So, because you don't want to be like contour blush, you know what I mean?
Right.
I'm going to take the contour brush, like I was talking, that has some shadow on it from a while ago, just to blend. And let me see if that's bright. So the cool thing is, it actually, after I've lightened my eyes, I don't have to go back and do anything because you just put your blush on top of it. I accidentally one day did my blush and then you have to redo it. So if you'll brighten your eyes first, then do your blush. Oh, this is perfect. This is exactly what I was going for. And then I'm gonna do my highlighter, my pearlizer, last. That is Shadow Sense. So a product you already have in your bag that I use as my blush. Crazy, right? Crazy. Okay. So I'm done with all my cream on my face. So we're going to set it in with natural translucent powder. This powder is good for any color. It's going to like blend for your face. It's awesome. I don't like the brush, so I just open it, y'all. And there's some here. And I like to pat it on because I don't want to take the chance that my stuff isn't dry yet and mix it in because I have everything exactly where I want it. So I'm just going to pat it in.
Yeah.
And see how then it blends my eyes really, really well without me having to like actually do anything. So that's what I really like. Because it's like I start out looking crazy with it. And I think I need to get, this is a little maybe too fluffy. I think I need to get a more dense brush for this process because I get powder everywhere. Like I feel like I waste so much. I always just like blend down there. So you can see how everything now blends nicely together. No one's gonna look at me and know I did all those things to make my face look better. I just look airbrushed. I'm telling you, this makeup makes you look airbrushed. It's absolutely insane. So we are gonna go and we are gonna highlight with our pearlizer after I'm gonna let that powder set for a second, and that'll be the last thing on the face. So we're gonna move to eyes. I'm gonna do purple because I'm doing, I wanted to play with what I was gonna wear for Easter, and I'm gonna wear like a mustard. So we're gonna do Deep Plum, and I'm only gonna use Deep Plum on my eyes. Instead of using like 12 colors, I'm gonna try to break this down and make it super easier for you girls and show you how you can get dimension with one color because they're so pigmented. You can start thicker and go light without having to put 3 different colors on your eyes. So I'm gonna do my eyebrows first. This is Rustic Brown. Another Shadow Sense. This is what I was using on my brows, and then I was deciding that it was too dark. Like I felt like my brows were too harsh. So I'm mixing it with Mocha Java. Because my eyebrows are very mousy. You can see my roots coming through because my hair needs to get done. I have a very mousy color hair. And so my eyebrows are like that. And so it looked good with my makeup on, but I felt like it didn't look as natural as I personally wanted it to look. So Mocha Java is good for blonde girls. for their eyebrows. So I'm going to mix the two together. I found in the last couple days, I love this mixture. Because when you look at me, my eyebrows look filled in and thick. You can't tell that I put product on them. That is my goal. I never want you to be able to see that I have product on. Obviously, I do. But I don't want you to look at me and think it's obvious. So I'm just taking these two colors. I have learned if I mix them together, it turns out like a mousier color, which I really like. And you can pre-mix these two once you like decide on the color you like. Okay, so I tested it on my hand. I was like, oh, that's a little too brown. Still, take a little mocha java. So this is what I really like about our products is that you don't have to go buy something new. You can mix with what you've got. Okay. Now be careful with these flat brushes. I'm going to come a little closer, girls. I also learned you don't want to start right here because then you get like that line that's not natural. So I'm going to start here. See how that's like the same color as my brows? Is that not insane? And then I'm going to go here once I've knocked off some product. And I don't have the technique down. You can totally make this look like hair strokes. Don't you feel like that looks way more natural than what I was doing before? Like what I was doing before looked on trend. I don't want to be on trend, really. I want to be natural. I want my clothes on trend, but not my eyebrows. I want them to look good. When I look back in 12 years, I don't want to say, what was I doing to my brows?
Mommy, I'm in Ryan. Mom, I'm in Ryan.
Okay, hang on. I got a little crazy under here, y'all, since I was looking in the mirror. But I really like that the color is more mousy. I wish I didn't have that mousy color, but I do. So I've still got some on my brush. You can clearly tell I filled in my eyebrows. They are not the same shape, but that's just it. I get them as close to possible, but mine, they are just like stepsisters. I think I overplucked back in the day. I think I overplucked them back in the day, and so they didn't grow back right. This one's always thicker than this one, and there's just nothing I can do about that. So there we go. But I like that this little mixture makes my eyebrows look way more natural and just looks like if you see me, you don't notice eyebrows. It's not like, oh, they're so dark, which is what we're going for. Deep Plum is a dark purple, and we're going to only use it plus like a lighter highlighter color, but I'm not going to go in with like a darker and a lighter purple. I'm going to show you how you can take one of our products so you don't have to buy so many. There's this deep purple. They're so pigmented. We're going to put this in my crease really dark, and then we'll lighten it down. Super easy. Way easier than, again, so pigmented. You are just going to like use a tiny bit. I always like to like tap it on my hand to see what it looks like to make sure I don't have too much. Okay. I'm going to do this. And blend, blend, blend. So the good thing is, because these are cream to powder, you can really blend them really well. You can also build on them. So start small. If you saw Stacy's video the other day, she forgot to start small. And so she had like dark, dark purple. It was pretty. It just wasn't something she was going for like every day. It was like prom makeup. Then I'm going to take what's on my
Great at the bullpen, and then she
palette.
ran a reading.
Not my palette, my brush, and I'm just going to bring some down.
Talked to a lady, she lost her aunt. Around the same time Ryan passed away, and so she's been.
So it's going to be darker up here. Don't worry, I'm going to blend it, y'all. Take
She's awesome.
Sandstone Pearl and tone it down. Okay, so I just used Sandstone Pearl to blend up there. And then I'm going to highlight in my corner. I don't know. Did you forget your puppy?
Another take my yard.
Yes, I
Right
got it, Mom. I got it.
Is it someone from my live? Do I get credit?
I got it. Yes, I got it.
Hey, come here, Brooklyn, and I'll get your boogie. Come on.
She doesn't have any boogers.
See, I do have a
No, you don't, Brooklyn.
pebble.
You're about to go back to sleep. Go to your cot.
So smart.
So this brush is real small, and it like sets it where you want it, which I really like. And then I can take my fluffier one, like to blend a little more, because I don't want purple way up here. Stop. Oh my gosh, I'm about to run away today, y'all.
And then we're gonna start, as we get older, we're just
Okay, so I know it looks crazy when my eyes are open, but when your eyes are shut and you get your eyeliner and your mascara on, it looks really pretty, really, really pretty.
pulling LJ, and then I'm just gonna,
I'm gonna turn the light down so y'all can see that it's
where the kids go,
Yeah.
you know, and,
These are your addresses.
yeah,
how good it looks.
Good job.
And then you can take
next year.
your foundation brush, y'all. You don't want it to come down, which I did a pretty good job of keeping it clean today. This is kind of like an eraser though.
Saturday.
And erase it. You just don't want a straight line. So again, I'm gonna go back and like blend with this little brush that has a little sandstone on it.
We do it the night before.
Kid keeps moving my stuff.
Yeah.
But we do a glow in the dark Easter egg hunt because we take our kids back to their moms right for church.
We go in the dark, and I went
Whoops, I almost missed it.
because they have those little mini rings.
Just need to blend a little more there. Okay, so now girls, that is done. We're gonna do a little black eyeliner with our Onyx. I've learned on camera it's much easier for me to just use this than use my brush because I can't hold everything. And only do your outside, okay? If your eyes are
Yes.
But we take the
smaller like mine.
on.
So you can see how much wider my eye looks on this side
I mean, I guess if you
versus
want
this
to.
side. Then we're gonna do a little underneath, just a little, y'all.
Yeah. There's gonna be a bunch of kids there. Yeah. At our
Crazy, right?
house.
I'm gonna take this flat brush I like just to smudge it out a little because I don't like the
And some baby dolls, and she's got some Barbies.
line quite so crazy.
And some coloring stuff.
I like color.
I know.
I like color on paper.
You're supposed to color on paper, not on your animals. Do you tell Cheryl, have you been coloring on all your toys?
There we go. Not as harsh. Pulling this Undersense out of my bra, girls. Put my primer on. Oh, Lord.
I think we're gonna start between 9:30 and 10. Why?
I don't use it on my bottom. I don't think my bottom lashes need to be like bigger. I am doing pearlizer before I do my mascara. This is the JLo Glow.